What's up, everyone? I'm Devin, and welcome to another episode of Designing Last. We're going to jump right on into it today, starting off with, yes, that's right, the announcements. So, I know you all been hearing me talk about this, cook that. Well, that's what we've been doing. So, we've been having these separate sessions for the podcast where we've been doing just that cooking. And man, it's been turning out really well. So we want to say thank you all to all those who've been participating. And for those who haven't been able to participate, for whatever reasons, maybe you're scheduling, things like that, hey, you're still welcome to come in and join us. We appreciate your time and your effort, and we don't want you to miss out. So uh, please, don't hesitate to reach out and you know get involved. Let us know exactly what's going on, how we can help make it easier for you, so that we can all be able to be a part of the things that are going on within the community and within the podcast. Like, this podcast is all made simply because of uh, people like yourself being supportive and being consistent. And because of that, it makes me be consistent. And I appreciate you all for following through with um, holding me accountable for being sure that I do what I say. So because of that, I just want to say, hey, man, you guys keep on watching, and I'm going to keep on providing. So at this time, I also want to let you know that with that being said, when it comes down to it, like, the cook session is something unique and one of a kind, man, that you don't want to miss out on. And I'm trying my best not to continue to put things that, oh, you got to pay for this and things like that, because I know that everybody's at different places in their lives, and everybody has different priorities, and some things you might not prioritize as the same as others do. So with that being said, we are going to be giving some give backs to help show that we appreciate you all. Like, we can't do this without you all. And I don't want to tell you too much about it, but it's related to the cook biz, and there's some great things that are going to be included with it. However, though, it's going to take some participation, and it's going to take some more planning before we announce the details of a giveaway and everything like that. So as we continue to build the momentum, and you all continue to keep watching and ask questions, which, don't forget, our Q&A questions are always available. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to email us at informdev@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to answer as many as questions as we possibly can within, the length of an episode of a podcast. Because of, like, all the great things that have been going on when it comes down to just all the love and support, and the positive feedback that we've been getting from the podcast. It's overwhelming to know that, we are doing something that that is sparking a change. And uh, we want to continue to go on down that road, and hopefully we encourage others to continue to keep wanting to reach out and want to be a part of what we got going on here at Def, because we're all about, you know, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than me, it's bigger than the clients, it's bigger than the colleagues. It's the whole picture. It's all of us included in this together. We're all giving and learning all at the same time. And man, it's been such a journey, and it's not going to stop, y'all. So that's the thing about this. Like, This ain't for everybody. However, though, for those who are here for the ride, man, we appreciate it because guess what? Hey, we trying to make sure that it's a smooth ride, as smooth as possible, So, um, I just want to also put you guys on notice about the announcements when it comes down to like all the other things we got going on behind the scenes. So, we're working on some new content. We're working on trying to be more frequent with it. And I know I've been saying that a lot, but it's true. Like we've been diligently working on some things that it takes time to make sure that the production is done right. So please be patient with us. Know that we are working on those things. And man, we're excited about the things that are here to come. But we can't really tell you too much about them because, hey, what's the fun in that? However, um, keep coming back. And because of that, I need you guys to hit that like button so that we can get in the algorithm more so we can know that we're doing, the good work that we say we're here to deliver on. If we are delivering on some good work, we need to know that. So let us know and let the community know that by hitting the like button, and leaving a comment too. That shows that it goes to say that it helps with knowing that other people see that we're not just talking for our own gain. We really are here to help, and we really are here to be able to engage with the community. So when you leave comments, it opens the door for conversations to be had that haven't been had, and that's what it's all about when it comes down to uh, design. Like it really is about the information that you get. It creates this beautiful work of art. The information that you have is critical. And the more information we can share and talk about things with each other, the better. Um, uh, I want to also let you guys know because of all this hard work we've been doing. Don't forget about the website when it comes down to it. Like the website tells you everything you need to know as far as about the services that we provide, so you can know clearly what we do here at Deft, and you don't have to worry about saying, "Oh, I heard they do this," or "I heard they do that." No, you can come directly to the source and get all your news and all the information you need at one place, and you get a chance to shop around. Like you really do get a chance to check out our merchandise shop. You get a chance to see all the great things that we got going on in the merchandise shop. We've been adding on to our catalog and to the product line, so there's more stuff that's in store. However, though, you guys got to start purchasing a little bit more of it in order for us to continue to keep adding on to it to make sure that we're not overcrowding the inventory, because we don't want to have more supply than the demand. And as of right now, we're in a good space. However, we could definitely need your support. This is a small business, and I'm a small business owner, so every little cent, matters. Like it really does. So I appreciate it. At this time, you know what? I'm going to start off by telling you, man, today's episode of the podcast, we're going to dive into a very special topic. You know, I don't want you all to think that when it comes to this podcast or when it comes to Deft, we're all about just design. No, we're about real life stuff and how it relates to design. And man, like I'm just as normal as anybody else here as far as having my hobbies. I have my interests, my likes, and with Deft, we get a chance to explore some of those things. And that's the beautiful part about it here at Design It Lasts. We get a chance to see some of that stuff from another perspective, whereas, we get a chance to, relax a little bit and, be able to speak to each other in a more intimate setting without it having to be like no pressure. So, because of that, I wanted to be able to tell you that I'm thinking today's topic we're going to talk about is going to be something that everybody can relate to, and it, like I said, it overlaps with the design. So today's topic we're going to talk about will be we're going to talk about how both brands and designs overlap within different industries, and I'm going to show you some prime examples. Um, I'm going to name some right now just so you can kind of get an idea about what we're going to do. Then we'll just, we'll hit the web and we'll see what we find, and we'll look at some stuff visually together so you can see for your own, and you can leave a comment down below to see, sorry, to tell us some of your favorite brands as far as how they relate to design and their branding message makes them interesting to you, and how do you uh, feel about them. Like, all that stuff is important because uh, that's what branding is all about. Like, it's not about the look or just the feel of it. It is the whole psychology behind it. It's the tone and so much more. Like, it really is a complete process. And man, and I'm here for it. So hey, you guys are here for it. Let's get it. Pull up the internet and let's start looking. Let's see what we can find. So based off of what I'm looking at, I was typing up some information about, you know, some of the industries that I'm very knowledgeable about and uh, have an interest in. And, some of those industries include things like, music, art, fashion, video games, food. Uh, Man, there's so many more, but those are just some of the main ones as of I can speak of as of right now, that came to mind. And some of the brands consist of things like Apple, Nike, uh, Blix Arts. Shoot, there's so many other brands. Like, there's so many other things because these are all different things that everyday people use that have a impact on our lives, whether we realize it or not. And it's all because of the simple thing of that magical word we call branding. So, like, anybody who really knows me knows that I'm huge into music. And like, man, when it comes down to music, like, for example, the top companies in music industry, according to AI, and I don't know how you guys feel about AI, but man, it has its advantages and its disadvantages, and sometimes I try my best to avoid it. I'm not gonna lie to you because you don't know what is opinion and what is fact. However, though, it you can't get denied that it is a powerful resource and a powerful tool if you use it accordingly. And I asked that question about how you feel about AI because sometimes, they all nowadays, and when you type in anything in Google now, it just pops up the AI or overview. And I'm one of those type of people. I do not go based off of the first thing I hear or read. So because of that, it makes me feel like, oh, I don't know how much I could trust it. But for the sake of the podcast, let's just say it's somewhat accurate. And this is not saying that this is how I do things like that, because when it comes down to uh when I work with clients, we do thorough research, and we definitely don't just use AI when it comes down to our research. We definitely do check your resources. That's all I can say, you guys. Make sure that you're doing double checks and use reputable resources If you don't know any upper resources, let me know. I can put some down and in the comments down, or so I can put some down. Uh, I can link them in the description if you would like them. But just let me know, or I can put them in the comments, however you feel, prefer. However, though, I just think that like I said, too often it's so quick. We're so quick to just jump with the first thing that comes. Like, oh yeah, it's right here, the finger at the touches of our fingertips. That yeah, you still have to do some due diligence, and you have to like I hate to say it, you have to cipher some of this stuff out, man, because usually the first thing you see is not always the good thing, the best thing. However, um, according to this, it says music companies that are, the top companies in the music industry are Universal, Sony, and Warner Brothers. Now, this is very important. You recognize that because I like back to what I was saying, design and branding, how they both correlate to one another and how they overlap. Now, these are totally different these are totally different industries, but yet sometimes they have multiple facets, or sometimes these brands also um just uh have an impact on in the other industries. Like for example, music has an impact on movies and things like that. And even though they're separate, they have impact on it, and they work best together. And they also overlap when it comes down to the design and the feel and emotions, things like that. And that's the reason why it's so important to understand, um, you know, what your brain is all about, with the emotions and the thoughts that you're trying to convey. Like, what's the story that you're telling? Um, you have to be very mindful of that, and you need to be very skillful in the manner of how you craft it. Um, and that's what we're here about at Deft. Like, we take our time to do so, but yet at the same time we make it look easy, that we've been doing this for a while. So um, when I was talking about how these brands overlap together, when it comes to different industries, for example, like I'm huge into video games as well, and I've been fortunate enough to play, my fair share of different consoles. And man, my my favorite, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a PS fan. However, though, I definitely started off on Xbox, and shoot, I've even had my days in the PC. So to see that, it's going full circle, and now that PC is the console that people want to play when it comes to gaming, it's just like, man, I remember those days. So it's like it's so refreshing to see how things have evolved and changed, but yet at the same time, how they've been like involving at the same time too, though. Like, it's powerful. Now, for example, I talked about Sony. So Sony overlaps with both their video games and when it comes to their music, if everything from the appliances, from like headphones, um, and just music in general. Um, some of your favorite music artists, are signed to Sony Music label. Um, and when it comes down to like their design, they've always been known for like this very sleek, modern kind of design that's been ahead of the curve compared to some of the other makers. For example, Nintendo, they've had their own aesthetics that they've been consistent throughout the years, that you know man, that there's nobody else who can does it like them. Like, from the uniqueness to the playfulness of it, to to the joy of how the controllers feel in your hand, to the gameplay, to everything. Like it's been consistent from system to system, from generation to generation. And that's a prime example of some of those things you're talking about. Like, let's take a look at some of this stuff when it comes down to like, um, let's go down the rabbit hole and let's take a look at some of the branding when it comes down to video games and music. Since we're here, so branding, when it comes down to Sony, let's take a look at some of the branding and see at some of the imagery. Okay, we probably just don't want to look at just logos, but let's see. Okay, so based off of what I'm seeing, this imagery, if I just do a Google search, and you see how Sony's uh, imagery is looking, they have always been known for their very sleek design, especially when it comes down to like their logo and this like I said, the overall this looks of the design when it comes to like the package design. That's what I should look at, Sony's package design. Yeah, here we go. So here's a prime example. Look how you can see how their products look, and why they've remained um, so successful of that over these all these years, you know. And yeah, they are rivals to, Apple and some of the other um, well-known tech companies who in their own lanes have created their own powerful branding uh, messages and identities. Like, so, man, yeah, I think that was a pretty cool idea to look at that package design. And then, we got other stuff like fashion as well. Like let's take a look at some of these brands when it comes down to like these fashion designs, like how they overlap when it comes down to branding and and how Deft relates to them. Like for example, Nike, that's a prime example, you know, their mentality of just do it. Like, hey, I don't know about you, but hey, we're just Deft here, you know what I'm saying? There is no other way to put it. We are Deft. And we so thankful that the skills that God has given us to be Deft, So um hey, and just for you being here and watching, you are Deft too. Man. So because of that, like, we aspire to be like some of these brands, and we don't aspire to be like some of these brands because, you know, of what they've accomplished. We aspire to be like some of these brands because they have some of the same traits and 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 goals in mind that we have. And we are not aiming for, you know, just a home run. We are aiming for out of the ballpark. We are aiming for the moon, the stars, and everything in between, like anything that comes through here, we're trying to go past it, and man, that's what we're here for. So at this time, I think we're gonna close it off today. I was gonna do another challenge to see what we can come up with today, but you know what? I think we've been doing enough of the challenges when it comes down to the episodes when it comes down to guests. So I'm going to not do that when it comes down to it, just me and you speaking, because I want to keep that be a time for us to be able to have that moment, just be able to talk and relax. Until next time. Oh, don't forget though, the I'm sorry, just a reminder, October 20th. Look out for Death. We will be in the building at the said foundation. That's right. The Charles Etta the Charles and Etta Dudley Foundation's grand opening in Nashville, Tennessee. We look forward to seeing all of those who might be in participation there, and we look forward into having some special uh footage, hopefully, um, while we're there, on the exclusive special moment that we've been invited to attend. So I just wanted to make sure that I throw that out there that you all know that is we not only planning to be there, but we look forward to seeing you all there. So uh, this is a perfect time for you all to be get involved and see me in person and let's talk. Let's figure some things out and let's create some stuff together. We're here to collaborate. We're not here to just talk about stuff. We're here to make some changes and to do some things and not be afraid to be vocal about the changes that we're trying to make. So, hey, if you're here to do that with us, let's work. Until next time, I'm Devin. Don't forget to stay creative, stay engaged. Peace.